Now to Pakistan, where a suicide bomber has killed 5 Chinese nationals after driving a car laden with explosives into their vehicle. The group was headed to a nearby hydropower project where they were working. Their Pakistani driver was also killed. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack, which comes amid an increase in terror activity in Pakistan.
The aftermath of a terror attack in Pakistan's north. A group of Chinese nationals were killed, the remains of their car at the bottom of a ravine. It's just one of the many attacks Pakistan has faced recently. Last year, around 700 people were killed in more than 300 terror-related incidents, a significant increase on the year before. Most of the attacks targeted regions along Pakistan's border with Afghanistan. Pakistani officials blaming the majority of the violence on militant groups based in Afghanistan. Islamabad accuses the ruling Afghan Taliban of giving these groups a safe haven, an accusation Afghanistan's leadership has repeatedly denied. This month, Pakistani airstrikes in 2 Afghanistan regions increased tensions further. Pakistan says it was targeting a group which had attacked its security forces, but Kabul claims the strikes killed 8 civilians. Airstrikes are not the only way that Pakistan is retaliating. It often shuts the border between the 2 countries, affecting the livelihood of thousands of Afghans. Last year, Pakistan asked undocumented Afghan refugees to leave the country, causing thousands to flee or be deported. Many now believe that instead of policies that punish Afghan civilians, Pakistan should engage with the Taliban leadership in a meaningful dialogue as a way to counter the dangerous threat of terrorism engulfing the region.
IDW reporter Binesh Javed joins me in the studio now to talk a bit about this situation there. First of all, why are the militants attacking Pakistan?
Gerhard, Pakistan is facing 2 main insurgencies, one from Islamists and one from ethnic militant separatist groups. Now, Islamist and the main militant group, TTP, designated as a global terrorist organization, that group wants to overthrow the government of Pakistan, wants to implement Sharia law. It sees Pakistani government as an extension of the Western world, especially because Pakistan was an ally of the NATO troops, of the US, in the 20-year-long Afghanistan war. So that's their reason. Then the ethnic militant separatist groups are basically active in the southwestern part of Pakistan and the restive province of Balochistan. And they attack Pakistani state because they're angry. They say that they accuse the Pakistani state of human rights abuses. They say that the government was discriminatory against them in distribution of resources. And both of these groups have their agendas. But I would say that in Pakistani public's eyes, they do not enjoy public support because their attacks have killed tens and thousands of Pakistanis in the last 2 decades.
Now, I understand their agenda now, but why attack Chinese nationals?
Because China is investing billions of dollars in Pakistan, especially in its economic corridor project that's a part of its Belt and Road Initiative. And most of their projects are in this restive province of Balochistan. Now, these militant groups believe that they see China as like a colonial power that is entering their territory and taking up resources from them. And when they attack Chinese nationals, it's a big setback for the Pakistani government because Pakistan is going through an economic crisis and Pakistan needs stability, needs Western and other parts of countries from other parts of the world to invest in Pakistan. But when an incident like this happens, it's a big setback for the country.
Now, in your report, you suggest that the Taliban in Afghanistan provide a safe haven for groups that are attacking Pakistan. Why would they do that?
There are multiple reasons. So, of Pakistani Taliban, the main militant group, their ideology is aligned with the Afghan Taliban. That is the implementation of Sharia law, implementation of like a Islamic caliphate. And then during the Afghanistan war, it was Pakistani Taliban that helped the Afghan Taliban fight the Western troops in Afghanistan. So the Pakistani Taliban enjoy a support in the rank and file of the Afghan Taliban, which makes situation very difficult for Pakistan.
Is the threat posed by these groups, like the TTP, is it contained within that region?
Gerhard, there's a recent UN report that says that Al-Qaeda is developing training camps in Afghanistan. Al-Qaeda and even the Afghan Taliban are assisting the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan or the Pakistani Taliban group in carrying out cross-border strikes. And it's not only these groups. Islamic State Khorasan is posing threat to the region. It has carried out huge attacks in Pakistan. In Iran, we saw that group claim responsibility of the attack in Moscow. And therefore, just in the neighborhood of Pakistan, it seems like there is huge threat of terrorism. Until it's contained, it can obviously, the threat then also goes out from the region and can pose danger to other countries.
Binish Javed there, thank you very much, Binish.